Apparently this is going to be an episode up and coming. Project GSXR. Joe crashed his bike, man. Check out this damage action. Here's some more damage action. Oh, floppy, floppy. I'm broken. Got scratched up, got cut off. You happy about it? No. Damn it, huh?
Gravel.
So he's still jerking the bike apart. You're alright for the most part though, yeah?
Yeah.
Except your bike's damaged and you're upset about that.
Yeah.
But he walked away from it, man.
Yeah. Which was really surprising because, it was pretty ugly sauce.
Okay, so it's the following day. You can see it a little bit better because we took it off. Most of the damage is up here on this front cowl piece. There's a big crack that runs like, maybe this camera will show it. The paint's definitely wasted. I gotta knock it all off. There's some big deep pits in it now. So it's gonna have to be sanded down. I'm gonna do some patchwork on the back. That might make it a little more obvious where the brake is. Bang, baby. But that's the only piece that's kind of busted on this side. The halo that comes up over this to hold said cowl, there's a big dent in the tank. See it? See it? Oh, damn. The paint's coming off and Joey's kind of flipping, you know, this is his paint job, man. I'm sure if I had damage and he was all flick, 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 I'd be freaking out too, but that's something that's going to have to be fixed. So he's going to lose all that paint job. Big chip in the paint. The brake, master cylinder broke off of this little piece of plastic that's right here. I'm going to have to take that piece out and then fiberglass it on the bottom so it stays on the broken part. And we don't have any of that here, so I have to go get some on my bike. Hopefully I don't do this to that. So did you like the ride? I actually got to get to work, man. Just got off the phone with Miss Morgan. She's new to the YouTube community. This is her. Ooh, she's pretty. And this is her site on YouTube. Go check her out. Like her video, subscribe. You're going to like what she talks about. I know I do. Anyway, I had to run up to AutoZone to get some of this Bondo Fiberglass Resin Jelly. This, above all, is my favorite body filler to use. Why? Because it's strong, it dries quick, and it's smooth. If you lay it right, you don't have to sand this stuff for nothing, dude. It's like perfect out the gate. Next up would be something like I use on cars, Bondo lightweight body filler. The more lightweight you can get, the better, because it doesn't pit and leave bubbles. Know what I mean? And that's why I really like this jelly, because it just lays smooth, and you'll see what I'm saying. I have to hit this with some aggressive 80 grit, which is gonna suck. Look at that paint job. That's candy paint under there. And then this big dent from the halo he had up there. His halo kind of mounts like that. And when he hit, it said bam into the tank and left that big dent. So I'm going to fill that too. And then we're going to use his existing paint as the primer. I mean, that's hard to say. Look at that. This is going to be primer. And dude laid these decals down, and then he clear coated over them. So unless we do days and days and days and days of sanding, man. So I'm gonna knock some more of this paint off. This expensive paint that's now primer, and put the body filler in there. And what you want to do is you want to chip the paint back until it quits breaking, and then take your filler and go over that area. So remember how big that was. 80 grit. Ruining paint job. Oh, big old paint chip. Now some of the reason why I'm doing this is there's some big scratches from the road hitting it, and if you don't bust them down, you can really see them there. Just the dust is as thick as the paint, so you're going to see all that. So it has to be fixed, especially to fix this big crack in it. Okay, so about an hour later, I'm done sanding. You can actually see how the guy who painted this, he laid it down in layers. There was a dark layer, then a lighter layer, then a dark layer, then a lighter layer. It's pretty cool how I got that effect to make it look like this. Make it re-pop and pop again. And anyway, you can't even really see where the crack is. You have to sand down so it's smooth. On the back side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay some fiberglass back here. And I can't go too thick because there's mounting points, but I'm going to buttress the back so if it flexes, it does not further the crack. On this other side, I'm just going to swipe it into where the crack goes, so if it does flex, it's not going to show the crack again, and then primer over the top of that. Up here on the tank, I sanded some of the chip paint off. You don't want to put body filler over chip paint, especially if you can flick it off with your finger or it'll fall off. Okay, so I prepped the surface. I'm ready to start laying some body filler. I've put down some frog tape. This stuff is bitching for painting. It's got this membrane inside it that when any kind of liquid touches it, it swells up so it doesn't leave those little tiger stripe lines and junk. The reason I taped this out is I want to fill this crack very slightly. I'm just going to right up that side, but on the back I'm going to go a little bit thicker. Now I have to watch the edges here because the light goes in there and junk, and it's got, like I said, the attach points. I've also did that over here on the tank because Joe's got this detail on the side. They're kind of dented in, and this dent actually goes right to the edge. So what I've done is laid the tape around the side, and I'm going to fill that. That way I have less sanding to do. I can actually see where I need to stop instead of just guessing. He also broke his master cylinder, and I got some tape on the side where it can't be on. He was talking about using super glue or epoxy, but if it shakes too much, it'll break. Especially since it's a little rattler, little mount thing's all bent. I gotta fix that too. But I'm gonna glue it together with the fiberglass and then make some little buttresses. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so I've been cheating on you. I got the tape off, and all I have is this little area to sand. You wanna, as soon as you apply it, you kind of want to peel the tape off, otherwise it'll peel hard edges. Got the master cylinder taped up. This piece is still kind of wet, so I'm not going to jerk it around, but it's already on there. This front piece I've already started sanding. Now you may be asking, dude, some of this stuff you could have just bought. Well, that's $150, $200. You might be able to find a used one if it fits this year. This is going to be from the manufacturer no matter what, so you're going to pay that kind of price unless you find it at a junkyard. And the tank, you're talking hundreds of bucks. Not to mention painted and whatever. That was $16. So you're actually saving money. You follow me? You can spend all that on all that if you want, or you can spend some on this and $5 in sandpaper. Let me think. Alright, people. Using 2 sheets of sandpaper, well, kind of 3. There was 80 grit, 220, and then some 300. Worn out 300, so it's probably more like 400 grit. Sanded it all down. You can still see some of these scratches in there. That's what the lower grit sandpaper's for. When you wipe it down, you know how clean that is. That's a simulated clear coat. This, it's not showing up on this camera, but man, that looks trippy with all the pearl that the guy's got in there. You can definitely see where the crack was, and that the fiberglass filled the crack. That's why you can see it so good. That's why I blended some on the top, but now once the paint's over that, it'll never be seen again, especially if he's got to flex it around. And the backside, it's still a little, kind of left it rough. It's not a big deal, you know. Needs a little more sanding, but once that's painted over, you wouldn't even know that's there. Little guy here, once this is totally dry, I'm not even going to mess with that probably till tomorrow. And then of course the tank thing, it came out pretty good. There's these little bitty pits and stuff which I'll just wipe over with some filler, and it looks like when he slammed it made this dimple up here, and it's kind of a crease action. So man, you can't really bang on that without affecting this and that. There's stress lines involved in between this. If you hit it a whole bunch there, it's going to start popping out over here or up here.
That looks pretty trippy.
Yeah, I was saying that in an earlier take, man. Joe, as you can see, Joe made it home. Dogs are done jumping on him.
Guess what? Will's still stupid.
Will's still stupid. I noticed, I was telling them earlier, when your thing hit, it laid a dimple on the top.
Take this off, dude. You just...
I did tape it off, but I had the sand to get that
right,
down.
but if you take that off, then it wouldn't have fucking ruined all the airbrush, dude.
There's a big scratch right there that you're going to have to fix. Sticker. Anyway, I totally think he's going to repaint the whole thing.
Probably not. You fucked it all up, dickhead.
Oh, see how he does me?
See how you do me? I'm not here to babysit. You don't sand it right.
Oh, it needs more body filler anyway. You're welcome. Yeah, I didn't crash your bike. I even fixed this for you too.
Tomahawk.
You dick. Don't pull on it still.
Tomahawk.
So, yeah. There you have it, people. Gotta let it sit and let Cranky Pants air out his drawers. Thanks for tuning in and watching Bethel Brothers Hot Rod.
I'll cut ya.
Peace out, babies. And go look at Morgan's profile. Here's Morgan again. Isn't she pretty? Morgan.